Yo, Drake's weird obsession with other men's girls. What's going on with that? Why, Drake? Who's Drake? Drake? Really, Drake? Why are you doing that? You know you would get smuffed out here? I wonder. Let's see Drake's background. Let's see what's going on here.
There's some lessons that people can never learn. And in Drake's case, it's almost like self-sabotage. Back when the beef between he and Kendrick was at its height, his loss wasn't something a lot of people were commiserating over. In fact, with the way that he behaved both online and away from the prying eyes of the public, there were plenty of people who felt like he was simply facing
Joe Budden party
actions.
Or he's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point.
Joe is always gonna let this nigga have it, man. Don't give a damn how old, how many grays. If he grow hair like Chico Bean, it don't matter what is going on. He is always gonna let Dracula have it.
We've been behind the scenes, hitting his baby mom, sending money to baby.
That's crazy. That's bad. That's bad business. That's bad. That's
wife talking about hey, but this his mom died. Hey, all that's cool, but where my beat at? I don't give a that your mom died. Dog,
talking about Metro.
It's been a sack of behind the scenes, and because he got fans and had Lucian, everybody just gets to turn a blind eye.
Now caught in the middle of a feud, one that wouldn't be fought with bars, but in the courtroom, Drake seems to be falling back into his old habits. By now, you'd think that he'd realize that dragging romantic partners or family into the mix almost always comes with consequences. However, it seems to only get worse as time progresses. It's your boy Luesta, and today we're going to be into Drake's weird history of targeting his ops as women,
got that
whether
Eminem
it's
shirt
their
on.
daughters, wives, or other associates. And like Kendrick said, the rabbit hole goes deep. By now, the Toronto rapper has an extensive history of taking aim at innocent bystanders on the sidelines of beef. So much so that people just see it as an undeniable
he
fact
really
by
40.
this point. And in his latest standoff with UMG,
but do it feel, look, or seem like it? No, no, and hell no.
it turns out that his conduct hasn't changed, suggesting that he hasn't done any work on himself since the last time he took an L. At the minute, Drake is rebelling against a man who was previously dubbed as his daddy by Kanye, the UMG CEO, Lucian Grange.
Say rich baby daddy, it's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow. Ben said it. He been said it.
You know, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy. Drake has a rich baby daddy.
Despite Drake and his company, Frozen Moments LLC, suing Universal for defamation over the lyrics in Not Like Us, the label has refused to back down and fired back with a statement that openly mocked his claims.
Not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry, to engage in conventionally outrageous back and forth rap battles, to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression and to seek damages from UMG for distributing that artist's music. We have not and do not engage in defamation against any individual. At the same time, we will vigorously defend this litigation to protect our people and our reputation, as well as any artist who might directly or indirectly become a frivolous litigation target for having done nothing more than write a song.
But rather than handling it with the calculated restraint you would expect from a major corporation like UMG, they seem dead set on going to war, suggesting that Drake may have finally pushed them too far.
They seem like enough for you now, which is odd.
No, I don't think so.
Really? You don't think that they're tired of the brat just
I think that he might be,
and stomping his fucking feet?
We done had them conversations and the line is drawn. Yeah. Ain't no budget no more. Yeah. Okay then, nigga, it's up. Do what you gotta do. Yeah. You know how you talk to somebody like, all right, well, that's what it is? All right, well, fuck, you do what you gotta do then.
But in typical fashion, Drizzy has noted their animosity and decided to wave another red flag in front of the UMG bull. And as always, he's made it personal by dragging someone on the sidelines into the mix. This time, it's Lucian Grange's daughter-in-law, Sophia Rich.
That shit crazy,
Taking to his alternate Instagram account Plot Twist, Drake maliciously shared an image of her sporting a sweater with an OVO owl on it.
Whoa.
To make matters worse, he wiped his entire following list, leaving only her as the one person he followed.
That's so weird. And what the hell would she have on her page that's really worth following? Come on, son. Was your area big with the Superdome or Super Bowl? Oh, absolutely. Well, not my area, but yeah, absolutely it was. Man.
Move, the model and mother of one has refrained from responding because
I didn't go down there, Jake.
She's got better things to do than
I didn't go
get
down there.
up in these industry politics. But ultimately, she's just being used as a pawn here, with the target of Drake's aggression being the men in her life. And sadly, no one was the least bit surprised that he opted for this tactic, or that he's naive enough to expect a positive outcome. This is why it was easy for the whole industry to churn on him. He does weird shit all the time. I'm starting to get the hint that I don't think Drake ever learned what fuck around and find out is.
Why would he when he's
isn't necessarily what
sucking on a pacifier? Why would he?
Hip hop and leverage is there to be used in battle. However, the problem is that it's a very pronounced pattern, and it's one that doesn't generally work out for him. Beginning with his feud with Meek Mill, the women in and around the rap
Wait,
doesn't generally.
this is a great point. Look at that, bro. Oh my gosh, look at him. Well, I mean, on one end of the bargain, we do know that if you attack a man or you want to attack a man and hit him where it really hurts, go to the women in his family. Go to his wife, go to his girlfriend, go to his mama. Sadly, go to the woman in his family. And he'll budge. He'll budge somewhere,
really work out for him. Beginning with his feud with Meek Mill, the women in and around the rapper he's beefing with have always been wielded as a weapon by Drizzy.
But you can't keep using these old ass tricks, you old ass dog.
Having learned their craft together alongside Lil Wayne as his two leading proteges from Young Money, Drake initially seemed happy to collaborate with her man Meek Mill from Philly. After releasing Amen together the previous year, the pair reunited for Rico.
What's up, Super Dude?
The girl of your dreams to me is probably not a challenge. That initially had Meek in his feelings as he thought he was low-key getting sneak dissed on his own album. Afterwards, he historically unveiled that Drake had used ghostwriters in the form of Quentin Miller, which set the stage for the most notable W of Drake's battling career. But as is always the case with the Drake feud, there was collateral damage in the form of the female caught in the middle. Initially, Drake's diss tracks like Charged Up had Nicki-based bars that were intended to belittle Meek as less than his girl as soon as the bars began.
No woman ever had me starstruck, but was able to tell me to get my bars up.
This assault kept coming on back to back, featuring lines referring to Meek doing
crazy.
a support slot at Nicki's shows. Then, he inferred that the whole thing wouldn't last, rhyming, That's all fair in some ways if he didn't know Nicki, but by this time she was engaged to Meek, while Drake had been
Charged
a friend
up.
for the better half of a decade. In the Philly rapper's case,
I see what you
he
did
claimed
there.
that all the talk about Nicki being more acclaimed than him never affected their relationship.
I mean, some
or his
s'mores right
self-worth.
now. This is dope.
I remember last year just watching people, everybody going against me about a diss track. And I used to look at it like, yo, y'all really think this gonna stop me?
Right.
You think on telling me I'm going on my girlfriend's tour gonna stop me? Was that a joke? Because where I come from, like, we come up, when you get money, a lot of guys, you end up gotta take care of girls, they ain't got nothing, they don't got no hustle into
Yeah, I
no
feel
hustle for themselves.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? They just taking out your pocket and things like
And y'all still take care of them. Freaky Mill? Y'all still Zella money and wire 'em money? Y'all still want to allow these young, immature, grown-ass girls to be under y'all wing like y'all some mighty man. Y'all still take them under y'all wing, so what the fuck you talking about? Y'all got to realize all these top rappers, celebrities, all they do is project. They can't even help themselves. They can't help it. They can't help it. Twerk Quest, what's up with you? Welcome to the stream.
that. Was that funny? I thought that was like live for me to have a girl that like get more money than me, that do a bigger tour than me.
no,
I
for
thought
sure.
that was actually dope. Be able to wake up, go on stage with your girl, make some money, had some good loving at the end of the night. That's some live shit. I never thought that was. I was looking at that like, is that a joke? Where we come from, that's like live nigga shit.
In the end, the real victim in all of this was Minaj herself, who admitted, "It doesn't make me feel good. You don't ever want to choose sides between people you love. It's ridiculous. I just want it to be over." Later, after the dust
Wrong. We know Nicki Minaj to be way more engaged, confrontational, and, like subdued than that. Come on, man. She loved it. She loved every second of it. I got two mainstream niggas that's top of the food chain, upper echelon, grade A niggas beefing about me? About this mouth, about this butt? About this cat? Huh. Come on, man. She was soaking it up, as any girl really would, until she wanted to actually stop.
Settled and Drake was crowned the winner, she opened up about just how much it hurt.
It was one of the hardest parts of my career. At the time, I did love both of them. I couldn't erase the love that I had for my team, but I also couldn't speak out, and I felt so imprisoned. And when we later spoke about it, Drake said, I wasn't worried about anything in that entire situation other than, what if Nicki takes a shot at me, then what? You know, that would have been so...
AKA, you goddamn imp, you big ass... I don't care what nobody says about me as long as Nicki says something positive. If she says something good, then I'm okay. I can sleep good at night.
Painful for both of us.
As well as the fact that before things got underway and diss tracks started flying, she had actively tried to prevent it.
I was behind the scenes, of course, wishing it never happened. Even prior to it happening, I tried to stop it from happening. I said, don't do that. It is what it is, you know, like, one thing I do know is that both Meek and Drake have moved on from that.
Yes, they have.
From the anger and all of this stuff.
As for her relationship with Drake, she claimed that they almost squabbled over it.
I would be lying if I said Drake and I didn't have a whole conversation about this, where I told him, man, what, I don't think, you know, because I was still in the mode of things that Meek, you know, did. And then
Nicki just naturally, like, even before she got started, like, she was, let me show y'all, because y'all just gonna think I'm talking. Before she got surgery, she was just video vixen worthy. Come on, son. Bro, okay, not to compare. Bro, she looks like mud. Should I even say it? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Bro, she naturally looks like a Lauren London right here, bro. Which was Nipsey Hussle's wife. Come on, son. Like, she just, like... So she's just naturally flirtatious. She naturally knows that her looks... And I'm not saying anything about her skill set as a rapper, because y'all know she's one of the hardest rappers, like, forever to me. Like Lil' Kim, Trina, Nicki, Young M.A, you know, shit like that. But yeah, she's just so, like, you could, woo.
seeing the relief that they both got from it and seeing it be so genuine, like, if you know them, you know that this has been weighing heavily on them, because it's not about who's more successful or any of that. It's just about, man, when you know that you've known someone and y'all was cool and you actually truly liked them as a person at one time, and then something small became something big, and then now you guys hate each other and you carrying that. It's something that is just, until it's dealt with, it feels horrible. Like, it just feels like it's eating away at you, you know? But no matter what you do, you gotta make sure you're not in the same building with this person. You gotta make sure that, you know, so I'm happy for them.
And while she might have been happy enough to move on, it doesn't change the fact that he put her in that situation.
And seeing that right after this brawl that, at the biggest party of Fashion Week, I just felt so embarrassed. Like, this is not supposed to happen.
But the damage left behind the scenario was done, and by 2017, Meek Mill and Nicki broke off their 2-year engagement. To confirm, yes, I am single. She tweeted on January 5th, focusing on my work and looking forward to sharing it with you guys really soon. Have a blessed new year. Then, by February 1st of that year, she posted a picture alongside Drake. But it's safe to say that, despite the occasional interaction, their relationship has never truly been the same. In fact, Nicki was one of the first to call out his hypocrisy, pointing out that he had no problem benefiting from his UMG ties long before he decided to take legal action against him.
Duh.
After feeling her Queen album had been undervalued and underpublicized by her label, she suggested it was due to her unwillingness to play ball, while painting Drake as someone who reaped the rewards of playing along with the industry. Spotify put Drake's face on every playlist but told me they'd have to teach me a lesson for playing my music 10 minutes early on Queen Radio. Even though they've been giving away my music for free for years, and I am one of the top Spotify artists of all time. Whether he held a grievance over this or something else entirely, Drake would wind up doing Nicki dirty again. After initially being announced for a collaboration, Minaj was reportedly cut from For All the Dogs. The track in question, Needle, was one she had personally requested for her own project, only for it to be claimed for Drake's album and then ultimately left unused.
You know, originally this song was going to be on his album, and it's so crazy how I always wanted it for my album.
Recently, she called him out for choosing to collaborate with Lotto, one of her known rivals, instead of her, hinting that the relationship might be beyond repair.
So, Ugly Boy 1 and Ugly Boy 2, they know they
What app is this on?
willing participants because our girls are so desperate for this.
What app is this on? What the
Nicki
hell?
held Drake down and didn't switch on him like everyone did during the Kendrick beef, just for him to collab with Lotto. And while Nicki fans are correct that she never actively rebelled against him or joined in to throw fuel
What's
on
up,
the fire,
Dan?
she also didn't make any attempt to defend him at the height of the Kendrick beef either. But it's not like she's been shy about calling out Dot as well, as when Lil Wayne was snubbed from the Super Bowl halftime show, she was quick to come to his defense. In the Meek beef, Drake picks up an emphatic victory, but it appears to have been at the expense of damaging his bond with Nicki.
Hell, some
And if you
boop
want
ass
to throw a
shit.
longtime friend into the crossfire, shouldn't it be a surprise that he's kept using the same tactic over and over? Except from here on out, it has continued to backfire, which was especially clear when he engaged in a rap battle with Pusha T. By 2018, tensions have been bubbling between Drake and one half of the Clips duo for a while. In a lot of ways, they had always been feuding as an extension of the longtime animosity between Star Trek and Cash Money. But after a succession of subliminals, Pusha formally threw the gauntlet down on 2018's Infrared, referencing Drake's
About to go to
ghostwriting
bed. Good
scandal
night,
with
JB.
lines like, "It was
All right,
written
my
like
brother,
Nas,
love
but
you,
it
man.
came from Quentin."
Good night,
And
dog.
how can you right your wrongs when you don't even write your songs? Without hesitation, Drake fired
Yo,
back at
Dan,
Pusha
can you
with
give
standard
Jacob a
battle
sub
cries
or
about
what?
him not being authentic and generally whack. But just like he did with Meek, he took things a step further by dragging Pusha's fiance into the mix, rapping, "I told you keep playing with my name and I'ma let it ring on you like Virginia Williams." But what he didn't realize when he did that was that unlike the Meek scenario, Drake was playing checkers while Pusha was playing chess, which was summed up by a user who wrote, "Drake came with rap punchlines and Pusha hit back with investigative journalism." On the story of Adidon, Pusha let it be known that bringing his family into it in the shape of Virginia was a bad move that would have terrible consequences, rapping, "Since you name dropped my fiance, let him know who you chose as your Beyonce." With that, Pusha sought to destroy him once and for all, exposing that he had a kid with an adult star known as Sophie Brousseau and hid it from the world. In the process, he exposed not only what Drake had
Next
withheld from
month,
the public,
Candy
but blew up the Adidon Adidas press run that was supposed to help him bring it to the attention of the world. In the aftermath, everyone knew that Push had won and he didn't feel the slightest bit of remorse. All because Virginia's name was mentioned.
All bets are off because of that. That alone causes all bets to be off.
I agree with
Everything
you.
else fair game.
All relationship stuff is on the table now because he brought up your fiance. I agree.
Yes.
For Pusha, it was truly deeper than rap, as he insisted that he was trying to start a broader conversation over his character.
If Drake taps out, would you stop Push? Would you be like, all right, I'm good?
No.
Tap out. I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna bully the situation because I feel like I think it's bigger questions now, though. I really do.
100%.
They don't have to be answered to me, but I definitely feel that they're a bigger question than the things that I brought up, and I mean that he has to answer. I really feel like they need to be answered.
Oh, there goes
we
Danny.
talked about the writing or whatever, the ghostwriting allegations. All right, cool. We all set. Now you get to like.
Good looking Danny O's, man.
Of the
Blackface, right.
Love you, bro.
I mean, okay, I'm not ready to excuse that. I'm not really ready to excuse, you talking multi-million.
Here you go, Jake, man. Enjoy that shit, man. No ass, all the emos. Let's get it.
Who have child support issues.
In later interviews, he noted his disdain for healthy relationships and
I watched this
proclaimed it all
interview.
went back to his
I
childhood.
watched that one.
Now I gotta dig deeper into who the person is. Now I gotta dig in
Big
and
boy.
see, what are y'all like? What's your family like? Oh, your dad left you at 5. Oh, I get that. He never walked you to the bus stop. You're mad about this. Oh, like you parade your dad around in these weird suits. Parade him. It's clown-like.
It's like battle rap.
I
It's
get
just like
clown feelings from that.
Back then, even his current day defender Maul agreed that bringing women into it meant that anything could happen.
He said it. He put it out there. Nothing is off. Nothing is out of bounds right now.
What did Drake say about his fiance? He said her name. A wedding ring of what?
Said he was gonna make it ring.
But Push probably feels like
Even though, wait, time out. Before y'all go any further, I've been saying for quite some time though, niggas from a different generation, like you just speaking, you can't talk about somebody's girl.
Yeah, you beef
because the second you talk about somebody's girl, you have triggered something.
Yeah.
You have triggered another level in beef.
Yes.
Like I'm no longer. I'm getting on the phone. I'm looking for you. We got to talk. Like really, not doing that. So I do understand that.
Yet he's done it time and time again. After claiming the sex was average with you about Rihanna, he got retaliation from Flacco who spit, "And they feelings over women. What, you hurt or something? I smashed before you birthed, son. Flacco hit it first, son." And when Not Like Us dropped, Drake sought to hit mustard where it hurt, following his ex-wife and mother of his 3 children on Instagram. It doesn't stop there either. When getting roasted in the comment section by some random dude on Instagram, his first line of defense was to go straight for the women in his life. "I just followed your girl because she's probably miserable and needs some excitement in her life." But while these stories are well documented, there's
as
one
Jacob
instance
said, it's
where
some
Drake
boof
tried to
ass
hit
shit.
a rival
Well,
with
I ain't got nothing.
one that only adds to the perception that his tactics are a little suspect. The tension between Mos Def and Drake is a bit unusual. In many ways, it started with Drake himself.
Not Mos Def. Ooh. Yasin. He is the modern day, I don't want to say it like this, but y'all understand what I'm saying, those who know. The modern day MF Doom, man. This nigga got so many different names, so many different aliases and shit like that, man. It's so intelligent, so smart, so wise. Most Drake, please, man. Because I've heard Mos Def say a lot of different things about, the way of the industry. And he's very analytical with his approach. You know what I'm saying? He's very insightful, but he also plants a lot of seeds, which people will not see grow until years down the line.
The tension between Mos Def and Drake is a bit unusual. In many ways, it started with Drake himself. After Complex reviewed his poetry book, he took to Instagram to fire back at the reviewer, writing, "Can you do an article where the baddest Instagram girls in the world review my poetry book? What? Not the head of the Mos Def fan club. Thanks." Not long after, Mos, now known as Yasin Bey, was asked about his thoughts on Drake. And the legendary conscious rapper behind Black Star with Talib Kweli and the classic Black on Both Sides didn't hold back.
Like, is Drake hip hop? I know.
Drake is
because we're here
pop.
for truth.
He said, "Don't do this to me."
Drake is pop to me.
Right, that's fair. In the sense that it's
He said, "Don't do this to me."
charting like pop music, popular music.
In the sense that
and we can fish fair.
in Target
To the
in
internet.
Houston, I heard
Take it to the
Drake's song.
internet
So
and
it
I'ma
feels
take
like
it there.
a lot of-
My bad. I know y'all be mad at me for talking over there. Take it to the internet and I'ma take it there.
And so it's charting like pop music, popular music.
In the sense like if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, so it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping, or it's shopping with the edge in certain instances.
Shopping with the edge.
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean,
It's
I get
commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
It's
formulaic.
It's kids
music
boppish.
that is
It's likable.
Likeable music, yeah.
It's likable.
As always, Drake took this personally, even if most of his criticism was purely his perspective on music.
Mos Def
Soon,
is
he
a
took to
trip.
Instagram, referring to the legendary spitter as a bohemian bucket, which is slang for crackhead. Now, thankfully for Drake, Mos is a humble and mature man. So, rather than getting in his feelings, he actually
Humble, no. Mature, yes.
explained what was transpiring.
Drake, if you would like to speak to me directly, you can at any point.
Huh.
I reached out to Chappelle, asked him to reach out to you. I DM'd you. You are a very talented MC. I require more of myself and others than just talent or charm or charisma, particularly in times of urgent crisis. And what I would like to see in terms of creators or creative people in the world as it relates to our culture is for people to connect with us beyond the jukebox.
And maybe Drake should have listened, because with one quote, he actually predicted a lot of the jumping ship that occurred during the Drake-Kendrick beef. almost as if he was forewarning what would come.
You know, a fair weather friend can hardly be called a friend at all. The people who party with you, that's cool, but will they show up if you at the triage?
Despite Moses'
Ooh.
open and honest response to him,
Will they
Drake
show
did what
up?
Drake does and
We all know
followed
the
a
answer
woman
to
in
that.
his life. Except this time,
They
he
phone
picked
died.
his daughter Layla, who was born 2 months after Drake had begun his rap career with room for improvement. And yes, you're not the only
Wait a minute. Whose daughter?
a woman in his life. Except this time, he picked his daughter Layla.
Wait. Not Mos Def daughter. Wait, no.
You at the
Wait.
triage.
Despite Moses' open and honest response to him, Drake did what Drake does and followed a woman in his life. Except this time, he picked his daughter Layla.
Bro! This chick? What? This chick is Mos Def's daughter? Oh! Just so y'all know, there ain't no capping in the rappings. Niggas talking shit. Bitches talking shit, not my problem. What? That's her? Bitches talking shit. Niggas talking shit, not my problem. Bro! I've been set up. Yo! Not my problem. Look! I found my new favorite underground artist, Layla. She has so much potential with her own sound. Y'all go check her out ASAP. Bro! What? This shit is not for the faint of heart, man. If you ain't got a heart, the fuck out the game. Up, down, round, round. Hey! That's it, bro. What the fuck? Bro, that is his, what the fuck? Nah, that just really puts a whole lot of shit in perspective right there.
Who was born 2 months after Drake had begun his rap career.
She's
with
some
room for
youngin' too.
And
I've been
yes,
to. I knew
you're not
that.
the only one who thinks this was weird. As one user put it, Mos Def said Drake wasn't hip hop, and Drake's response to that was to follow his freshly 18-year-old daughter. Naturally, people were both horrified.
That's
at that,
so that's
questioning
just
how
so
anyone would
disgusting
think
and
this
so
was a good
ill.
idea.
Yeah, that's
To
so
many, It
ill.
felt like yet another glimpse into Drake's warped mindset. Does he have no self-awareness, or does he just not give a fuck? When the number one
Both.
record in the world is calling you a PDF, you probably shouldn't be following teenage girls. He does not see her as a person with feelings. He uses her as a pawn that he should use in order to hurt her dad. Thankfully, Layla hasn't followed him back. Instead, she's a young artist in her own right who opened up about her hip-hop icon father.
Is Mos Def your dad? Is there any relationship between you and Mos Def, since it seems that's the most asked thing?
Yes, he is my dad, y'all. The rumors are true. No, I'm kidding. But yes, he's my dad. He's my dad.
Did you learn anything from him in terms of your approach to music at all?
I don't know. I guess like I kind of just always been my own like artist in a way, and like that's a cool thing because I feel like as a kid, like whenever we would just jam sesh and like vibe out, like me and him, like I don't know. I always had my own style. I always had my own thing going on.
And he
always
never
been, like,
pressured you into having a style like
Admittedly,
his.
This treatment is not solely reserved for the men he has disputes with. Instead, it can also happen to any famous woman he is rejected by and their future
Lord.
partners. Years back, Drake and Serena Williams had a brief fling. It began with flirty tweets like this one from 2011 that read, "I cannot wait to put it on you and make you sweat," during our match this weekend. Then, as Drizzy's stardom continued to rise and Serena remained as dominant as ever, the Young Money artist decided to use 2013's Worst Behavior from Nothing Was the Same as an opportunity to pay homage to Williams, rapping, "I'm with my whole set, tennis matches at the crib. I swear I could be Serena when she playing with her left." Despite Serena's claims that the relationship was friendly, the pair would be spotted kissing not once, but twice in the space of a couple of months.
What?
As they continued to appear at her matches, the pair were spotted locking lips in the VIP section of a restaurant in Cincinnati. Eventually, things went south and they parted ways amicably. Or at least that's what Serena thought. But years on, he decided to randomly swipe at her husband, Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian, on Middle of the Ocean from her loss, spitting, "Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie." He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo, it is like you coming for sushi. We might pop up at him at will like Suzuki. In response, Alexis let it be known that he was happy to let his wife's biggest supporter. Meanwhile, the internet dragged Drake over the coals. Imagine being the softest little baby in hip-hop and thinking you're coming out swinging against all these successful women who don't give a fuck about you. Drake is such a loser, acting like an incel. Disgusting. Really, it's no surprise that after
y'all's names do say a lot too, you know, on the real. Some girl on the fangirl, and Bravo babe. But
an incel. He disgusts me. Really, it's no surprise that after that all went down, Serena was happy to dance on his grave at the ESPYs this year.
Some of the best athletes in the world are right here in this room. Some of the strongest, fastest, and most skilled people ever are right here. And if I've learned anything this year, it's that none of us, not a single one of us, not even me, should ever pick a fight with Kendrick Lamar. He will make your hometown not like you. The next time Drake sits courtside at a Raptors game, they're gonna Forrest Gump him. Sight's taken.
And of course, she did so at the Super Bowl, where she joyfully prep walked to not like us in front of 100 million people. Another woman who can empathize with the situation is Georgia Smith.
Georgia
Smith, R&B
Smith,
artist who had a brief thing with Drizzy.
Drake fucked up forever.
Between Drake and Georgia, I'd be like, he's definitely texted her at 4 a.m. saying, "I need you, girl." Has he never sent you that text at 4 a.m.? Oh man, I've got Drake all wrong.
I guess he's not as emotional as everyone thinks.
He's not. He's a tough guy, clearly.
Once they broke up, Drake threw bars at her new man, Joel Compass, for having the audacity to be less successful than him on the track Jaded. I need to know how the new doo-doo guy does the same thing I do for a living, but is less wavy. Of course, it didn't stop there, and with a sizable age gap between them.
And no. Profound thought. This is giving them more content. Now, taken to my world, like streaming, YouTube, right? Making videos, creating, being a visionary, being a creative, right? It's a storyline. So if you have other players or other people that come on your stream frequently and people know about it, right? Your supporters know about it. Guess what? You can use that as more content to build the storyline. That's why his incel ass will never really get. I mean, besides him not knowing a lick of game, not him having a lick of deep game, being a man with his status and his money and his being the fucking 0.000000001% of men in the goddamn world and life, he has no deep. He has no deep game when it comes to women. These grown ass bitches. Like you didn't even have the sense to stop. And I'm not saying, right, I ain't judging what he did, but you got her preggers, bro. You got an adult a corny star preggers, bro. Now I ain't judging. I'm really not. Don't take it as that, y'all. But in the same sense, come on, man. Who is in your camp? Like, who is your security guard? Who is securing you besides just like, because you're not doing enough. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left. Drake, you're not enough. So, oh my goodness, bro. Leaked his goddamn Vienna sausage. Okay, let me not even say that. That's so holy moly. But yeah, on purpose, man. And now you trying to make me feel away. On purpose. Now you trying to leak your wiener on the net. On purpose. You type in Drake on the search bar on X, and one of the first or second things that'll pop up is Drake wiener eggplant emoji. We listen and we don't judge.
The entire song had people creeped out by its lyrical approach.
Did y'all think he wants to control her? I could tell a girl you had potential and I wanted to shape it.
No, you can't.
My eye just changed. and just buzzed the front gate. I thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans with you. That's all he want to do is control and buy the broads. Because mostly that's all he can do. But to a lot of these scallywags, that's enough. That's enough. The money, the cars, the jewelry, it's enough. I'm coming up with all type of bops today. What's going on?
Ken, you could definitely tell a girl that.
It's not gonna go over well.
I'm convinced that this is about Georgia Smith. Y'all don't judge him for getting a 20-year-old name or number tattooed on him. Come on, man, with this casual bullshit you niggas is doing.
I didn't know.
Listen to the fucking song and tell me that the shit that he's saying about a 21-year-old girl. I think that record was definitely about Georgia Smith. And
I'm glad you related.
And I think it's creepy. But y'all think it's fine, so I don't know.
I don't know who it's about.
In every case, Drake's battle strategy follows the same strange pattern, targeting people who aren't even in the fight, hoping to provoke a reaction. After Pusha, you'd think he would have learned his lesson, but instead, he kept doubling down. In no time did it backfire worse than when he tried it with Kendrick. Back at the outset of the beef, Kendrick Lamar let Drake know that this was a sporting contest, declaring on Euphoria that this is a friendly fade, you should keep it that way. But instead, he chose not to heed Kendrick's warning. And across family matters in the Heart Part 6, bringing up his fiancée and mother of his kids, Whitney Alford, would be his undoing. It started out with bars like this, which made some big swipes about Kendrick's personal life. Proposed in 2015, but don't want to make her your actual wife. I'm guessing this wedding ain't happening, right? I heard one of them kids might be Dave Freeze. Followed up with, only f***ing with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I'd never look twice at no teenager. And Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I hit you back, it's a lot safer. Drake even did some digging into Whitney's IG to find the comment where Dave Free commented a heart emoji on one of her pictures and enlisted that as the cover art. However, as Kendrick made clear on Euphoria,
don't speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody.
But Drake didn't listen, setting himself up for everything that followed.
No, none about that.
And the pop out to the Grammys, the Super Bowl, and even the GNX tour.
No, none about that.
And in the aftermath, even industry vets like Exhibit suggested Drake had no idea what he was getting himself into.
I think he was severely underestimated. And when you look at the parable of David and Goliath, and you see, somebody who's, very, dismissive or very arrogant or very, feeling like, because Drake wasn't talking the way he's talking now. What we're seeing now is...
I ain't drinking a week. Hold on.
What we're seeing now is the repercussions of stepping on somebody that you shouldn't have stepped to. They're not even in the same class. In my opinion, Drake should have just put out a massive hit for the women.
And after pushing so hard to paint a narrative that K-Dot and Whitney
peacefully too,
her music video appearance would prove to be the ultimate death blow.
The family matter and the truth.
Because they've been putting that groundwork. You've been putting that groundwork.
The family matter and the truth of the matter. He was God. The family matter and the truth.
Where's Jaden Torrente Banks pronounced? Where's JB the Fam University reaction at? Luaste! Hey!
For the matter, he was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He was God's plan to show y'all the liar. No!
And after all that happened,
where's JB the Fam University?
Kendrick capped it off by desiccating his Song of the Year award to his high school sweetheart.
And somebody get the broom out. Get that broom out.
Hey. Part 2, Not Like Us. Whitney in the video, Crip Walker. We gonna dedicate that one. She's gonna. Jay like them walks. You like?
With that, Drake should be treading very carefully when it comes to posting lives and
Whitney.
But it appears if there's one thing he won't do, it's learn from his mistakes. If people still wonder why so many rappers couldn't wait to take Drake down, look no further than this. Now, with his reputation in shambles thanks to his own decisions, even easy targets like Joe Budden, who he recently tried to clown on his alternate Instagram with an unflattering photo, aren't taking the bait. And now, he's of course targeting his co-host Melissa Ford.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, y'all, shimmy.
You can't make this up. But more than anything, by once again posting another man's wife on the gram, Drake is playing a dangerous game. Because if UMG decides to fire back, it could be the final nail in the coffin. After all, if anyone knows where the skeletons are buried, it's a man's record label. It's your boy Luesta, and if you need any more content on Drake's downward spiral, believe me, I got you covered. Just click on any of these videos around my head right here. As always, I want to thank y'all for watching today's video, and if you haven't
Luasta, great one, man.
do that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Great video, my dog. Great video, bro. Once again, man, home run. Home run vid, fam. The family matter and the truth of the matter, it was God's plan to show y'all who's the liar. How about that? How about that one? All the real, come to the front. We need you more than ever. Come to the front now. Sprint. Make way, you fake, phony pigs. Make way. Get out the damn way. If you are real, come to the front. I'm not saying if you are a real nigga, quote unquote, whatever the hell that means. If you are a real person, come to the front. We can work out all the other the psychological shit later. If you are real, come to the front. Run. Okay? God damn. It was God's plan to show y'all the liar. Great video, man. Great vid.